I'm rounding up with two people, and these two people are equally contributing. I know she has so many fans. You know, they said, Shakespeare was a great writer. The only thing he was never privileged to do was the fact that he had so many fans, but time could not permit him to go around the world to meet them. The same thing is this, that applies to these two ladies. They have fans cut across Nigeria, fans cut across southern Kaduna, in thousands and in millions. Today we have them here. Can we please put our hands together for that voice of the voiceless? Of course, a lion in the heart. Young but lion in the heart. When I say lion in the heart, this is a young lady that can stare at anybody. Be you a lion, an elephant, and she's brutal when it comes to saying the truth. God has equally anointed her to be a member of the Peace and Presidential Council. Can we please put our hands together for Indi Kato, a daughter of the soil, the most welcome, and the spokesperson of PIB. Thank you. Right now, no, we might not be able to recognize you one after the other because of time. So permit me, please, to now invite our father, the spiritual father, to please take the lead as we now officially kickstart this sitting. Thank you, Apostle sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I want to say that it's a rare privilege. Yet another presidential candidate step upon the soil of Southern Kaduna this year. I want to say for us in Southern Kaduna, it's a sign that our seasons have changed forever. And particularly to have no other person like the LP presidential candidate. Your Excellency, sir, I listened to you at Chatham House. And I tell you, I was blown away. You are a true representative of Nigeria. I want to say today, Southern Kaduna is proud to have you amongst us. We have made a law. We have made a law that any candidate from presidency to gubernatorial candidates who does not visit Southern Kaduna, we will not vote for them. And our reason was simple. We know they can't go everywhere. This part of the state has suffered almost for the last close to 14 years, especially in the last 8 years, not the one especially. In fact, in the last 8 years, we went into oblivion. It's only our cries. So much that if I go to places, they ask, is it only Southern Kaduna that is in Nigeria? That every day in the news, the Sukapo president will be raising alarms everywhere about Southern. Can I have a better mic? Can I have my microphone? I have the microphone I use here. Quickly. Thank you. And so we took a decision here, both the clergy and the elders and everybody that has paid the price in Southern Kaduna, including our people, those who have had cause to bury people, whether Muslims or Christians. The clergy, both Muslims and Christians, they are the key into Southern Kaduna. If they put up, bribe everybody with all the monies you have, they will eat it and vote you out. And we decided that nobody that does not show us honor, we will not honor them. And we left it open. Like I said, the first person to come was Alhaji Atiku, and he came under the disguise of my birthday. I was celebrating a birthday. You saw the card somewhere. You were sent a card, sir, except that I'm not sure it got to you. But all the presidential candidates were sent cards. But he saw the card and decided he will honor that and use that to kill many birds and visit with the bereaved. And he did exactly that. And he left. And we're watching to see how that prophecy will be fulfilled again. And the next notice I got was from the LP that can we open the gates for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party to come to Southern Kaduna. Once I drop this mic, I might not speak again. I will not stand up again because I am not the chief host and place. And standing here as a Southern Kaduna Christian Leaders Association, all the bishops and Christian pastors and clergy are under my leadership here in Southern Kaduna, and I'm just playing the role on their behalf, and by extension, all the Christians of Southern Kaduna listening to our council, and that's why I'm carrying this tax. Let me say thank you too for taking us to the UK. For the first time, I had Southern mentioned at Chatham House. It's a mystery. I want you to listen quickly. We don't have enough time. It's a mystery. All through the campaigns here in Nigeria, he never mentioned Southern Kaduna except in London. So it means our gates are open internationally. We wanted to be mentioned from in London. Every blessing of London is coming to Southern Kaduna this year. That's the prophetic implication. Because it made a loud comment without him dwelling on Southern Kaduna. Number two, can the Vuvuzelas slow down? Number two, it's my first time of meeting His Excellency the Deputy, and I want to say you will forgive me, sir. Southern Kaduna have borne a little grudge against you. Listen, we have borne a little grudge because you are one of our own. You are from Southern, you are from Kaduna State. You are a national deputy president. But since this campaign started, we have never seen you in Southern Kaduna. Even to come and support your candidate that is from Southern Kaduna. And we, the fathers, have been watching very quietly. I mean, I'm I was sent to tell you this. My people sent me. That is why this is a town hall meeting. And we thought amongst ourselves, if you won the election, for example, we have had this experience where a Kaduna State son was vice president at the same time. And yet, people from Southern Kaduna, whether Muslims or Christians, found it difficult entering the presidency. They had to go through other people. I had a personal relationship with the president, so I could enter the presidency anytime at that time. But the rest of us had to go through our kinsmen who were assistants to the vice president. We were never had throughout that season. And we want to say we hope that your time will not repeat that cycle. We don't want it difficult to see His Excellency when you get to power. But we fear that if before you get to power we cannot see you here until the day His Excellency came, how shall we see you after you win the election? So we will need to start settling those matters before you win, so that when we commit ourselves, we will commit ourselves properly. Number three, Your Excellency, we can talk boldly here in Southern Kaduna because, number one, we have votes that are more than 18 states in Nigeria put together. And we boast about that. Just Southern Kaduna is up to 12 states. It's bigger than 12 states in Nigeria, including Akwa Ibom. We are bigger than Akwa Ibom. Southern Kaduna alone. That means Kaduna State is about 3 states put in one. In the last election, 90% of the votes went to one party, and it was come to us to ask us for our vote when we rise up. We are doing everything to restore unity here, and as you can see, we are succeeding. And your voice will go a long way in helping us, educate those in the north of Kaduna that the Muslims and Christians want their peace here. People should not come from outside to divide us. Because the latest killings, most of them come from outside Kaduna, and they pick a few trickle of people inside Southern Kaduna to join them, and then they burn the places. We will want that slowed down, and it can only be done if we put our hands together. Once more, I want to say welcome in the name of God to quickly make his comments, and then we will hand over the mic to politicians. Bishop is just here by the chief imam, and together the Baptist president is here for the Baptist convention. We have all of them here. Barrister Kalima is the PRO of the Christian Leaders Association, and our brother Reverend Andrew Magbiam. They are all here together. Professor Agam is there. He's the provost of JETS, the Ekwa Theological College in Jos. He's the provost there. Apostle Imaigo is the PFN state chairman. They are all here. All the fathers of faith are here. And whatever we are doing here will be standing after now. So we await to hear what you say when you begin to speak. God bless you and welcome again. Chief Imam sir, I want to welcome you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, most compassionate, most merciful. All praise and glory are due to Allah, who is the creator of opportunities. We thank you all for giving us this wonderful opportunity, where we have in our midst His Excellency Dr. Peter Obi and his vice Dr. Daki Ahmad, and my colleague too, Bishop Kundi, and Apostle Emmanuel Kure, and my dear brother and friend Asake, and others. Before I continue, I want to appreciate my senior brother here, Dr. Isha Akau. He's also here with us. I don't want to go far, and I don't want to repeat what my brother has said, but I want to concur with all that he has said. But I wish to add that, sir, if you are on that hot seat, we need security in Southern Kaduna. And we want you to take recognizance of federal appointments of our sons and daughters, both Muslims and Christians. I remember when we were in primary school, we said, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Yes. I want to remind our southern brothers, our southern Kaduna brothers and sisters, that the Muslims and the Christians are now united. My name is Muhammad Kabir Dikasi. I am the chief imam of Jama'ah. I am also the chairman, Council of Imams and Ulama in Southern Kaduna. Let me go spiritual a little bit. Let me digress. Like what my brother has said. You see, if you go to Islamic history, you see that you find out that the first people to help the Muslims against the unbelievers of Mecca were the Christians. When there was series of persecutions in Mecca, the Prophet of Islam mentioned unto him, all that the Muslims to migrate to the present day Ethiopia. Ethiopia was then ruled by a Christian ruler. This is because Quran chapter 5 verse 32 says, لَتَجِدَنَّ أَشَدَّ النَّاسَ عَدَاوَةً لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الْيَهُودُ وَالَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا وَلَتَجِدَنَّ أَقْرَبَهُمْ مَوَدَّةً لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا إِنَّا نَصَارَى ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ وَرُهْبَانًا وَأَنَّهُمْ لَا يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. This is in tandem with the Quranic teachings. You will find those who are vehemently opposed to the believers, both the Muslims and the Christians. The Jews, because the Bible says he came unto his own, but his own believed him not. But in the house of Islam, no Muslim is a Muslim if he doesn't believe in Jesus as a great messenger of Allah. We believe in his miraculous birth, which many modern day Christians today are contesting. We believe in all the miracles that Jesus performed. The Quran says, وَأُبْرِئُ الْأَكْمَهَ وَالْأَبْرَصَ وَأُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. Jesus said me unto him, he healed those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. He revived the dead by God's permission. When I was rampaging through the Bible, I discovered Lazarus, a friend of Jesus Christ, between me unto him. Lazarus died. 3 days when Jesus came back, Martha and Mary, sisters to Lazarus, they came to Jesus and they beat unto him. They said, Master, our brother is dead. If you had been around, he wouldn't have died. And Jesus said, even now, if you have faith, you will see the glory of God. Jesus appealed unto him. He now said, take me to his sepulchre. He's crying. And Jesus prayed. I was asking my reverend friend, I said, when you said Jesus was groaning, he was not groaning, he was praying. Jesus was praying. Because at the end of the day, he said, oh Father, I thank thee for hearing me. Because thou hearest me always. But because of those people that stand by, that is why I am putting this act, so that they might know that has sent me. Jesus, he was the mouthpiece of God there. This is the belief of the Muslims. That is why in Southern Kaduna, we have decided, we have vowed, we will never allow anybody to come and distract our attention. We will never allow anybody. next coming Thursday, we will invite 50 clans shall not kill. If you kill one soul, eyes of Allah, it will look as if you have killed the whole of humankind. And if you if you save one soul in the eyes of Allah, it will look as if you have saved the whole of mankind. So, Quran chapter 49 verse 13, Allah says, Ya ayyuhan O mankind, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa unsa. We have created you out of a pair of a male and a female, Adam and Eve. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ. And when we made it to nations, here am I, a full-blooded Hafsa Fulani. That is here, a full-blooded Hafsa Fulani. My Excellency, the President is here, an Igbo man. My brother is here, a Java man. My brother is here. Look at. So we are all gathered here. The Bajus, the Atians, the Kaninkons, the Pant ones, everybody is here. But the Quran says later Arab, so that we may understand one another. Not to kill, not to maim, and not to destroy. I was asking my Christian friend, I said, look, I'm a Hausa Fulani man. If the Hausa Fulani has offended you 100 years ago, or the Atiyan, or the Bajus offended you about 100 years ago, and when you meet me as a Hausa man, you now ask me, I said, now, one Hausa man has cheated me. Now I'm going to take my pound of flesh. Then you are not a good Christian. Because Jesus says in the Bible, the Son shall not bear the iniquity of the Father. Neither shall the Father bear the iniquity of the Son. The righteous and the righteous will be open him. And the wicked shall be open him. The Quran too says, وَلَا تَذِرُ وَازِرَةً وِزْرًا أُخْرَى. No soul shall bear the burden of another soul. So unless what the Bible says, you are being tempted by the devil and not by Jesus. You are being tempted by the devil and not Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have decided, sir, in Southern Kaduna, there will be no more bloodshed. Sir, our main industry in Southern Kaduna is education. Our main industry in Southern Kaduna is education. We are all educated. We have many professors here. So if you want appointments, we have a pool of them. We have graduates like frogs in the rainy season. We have a lot of them. We need federal appointments. Sir, there is poverty in the land. And there is poverty in Southern Kaduna. We want you to help us fight poverty. There is massive unemployment. We need skills acquisition centers in Kaduna. In Kapantan. We need skills acquisition centers. Like the Igbo man, sir. The Igbo man will tell you, man must chop, man must work. Your Excellency, sir, man must work. Our main industry in Southern Kaduna, I will end up now. Our main industry in Southern Kaduna is farming. We want you to subsidize fertilizer. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, sir, because of lack of time, we have a lot to tell you. But I think our own proposal will follow you. But I want to tell you, the Muslims and the Christians in Southern Kaduna are united for a God, for a peaceful Nigeria. Thank you very much. Please, can we give them our standing ovation? The TV man of Kapacha. Thank you very much. That's all we see.
I was mandated to call on His Excellency, the running mate to our president, to be a very tall gentleman, soft-spoken, one blessed with that oratory prowess. Can we please welcome His Excellency, distinguished Senator Datti Baba Ahmed. Briefly, he's going to talk to us.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all protocols respectfully observed. There is only one God, the supreme, the able, the all-powerful. That Almighty God makes no mistake. This is Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am so honored to have heard what I have heard here today from Monsignor and from my teacher. But please, because I'm so happy of what I heard, I want to crave your indulgence. Some I have memorized, but I'm not good at interpretation. And I will ask him to please interpret. From the end of Surah Al-Imran, وَإِنَّ مِنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ لَمَنْ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَمَنْ أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكُمْ وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ.
What it says, among the people of the book, there are people who believe in what has been revealed to them, that is the Quran, and what has been revealed to others, that is the Gospel, the Old Testament and the New Testament.
خاشعين لله لا يشترون بآيات الله ثمنا قليلا.
That those who tread the words of Allah, because of the little stipends they will get, because of the little money, now you want to trade with the words of Allah?
أولئك لهم أجرهم عند ربهم إن الله سريع الحساب.
If you don't do that, but when you do good acts, Allah will pay you back with a very good commission. And Allah is also most merciful, and He is ready to pay you concerning what you have done.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا ورابطوا واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون.
Believe. يا أيها الذين اصبروا وصابروا. Be patient. وصابروا ورابطوا, and make provision. What provision for peaceful coexistence? Inna Allah ma as-sabirin. Allah is with those who patiently preserve. Inna Allah ma as-sabirin. Surely Allah is with those who patiently persevere.
Thank you. This is, listen to me carefully. This is Federal Republic of Nigeria. With due respect, this is not the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, where our brothers and sisters are. This is not Iran, or the Vatican City, or Libyan Jamahiriya, or Islamic Republic of Mauritania. This is Federal Republic of Nigeria, as we registered in the UN. And I'm bringing this because of what my leader said. Almighty God that makes no mistake decided to put all of us here, challenge us to go and live in peace and manage Nigeria. That is why today I'm standing with Peter Gregory Obi. No, your comments are well noted. In fact, they are very, very legitimate. But here's the problem. His Excellency Peter Obi and me were very, very different. I think that is where the problem is. Honestly, those who worked with me in the parliament were understanding a completely different person. When we get closer, then they will understand. Those who work with me in the businesses that I do, in the first 2 months they want to quit. After 6 months, they want to continue working with me. When you understand. We're different. There is at a time when somebody swore twice to promote unity, they are telling you that you don't need other parts of Nigeria. At that time, Peter Obi came out and said, do not vote me because I am a Christian. Do not vote me because I am from the Southeast. We're different, sir. You are beginning to see it. I have witnesses when I was contesting governorship, and they told me to stop. I stood in front of the people and I prayed to Almighty Allah, and Allah answered me. I said in May this year, Ya Allah, you are the perfect witness. You people are hearing. If my contesting governorship in Kaduna State is not good. Please change it for me. I'm sure some people here were there to listen to me. Within weeks, I wrote a piece of paper and threw it at their party. I was out of this country. His Excellency got them to call me. Come back. We need you to rescue Nigeria. Allah answers our prayers. We are very, very different. In fact, Monsignor, you see all this gathering, all this going around Nigeria. If it were to be my agenda, we don't have to do it. I would rather walk. I would rather go straight to the point. The hospital you're talking about, what are we waiting for? Why do I need to go around and tell you I'll build the hospital when I'm going to do it? We are different because we speak with action. I have not been to southern Kaduna, but daily my impact is being felt. Pa Yatai in Kaura, of blessed memory, 20 minutes before he passed away, his children were speaking to me. Finally, when they killed him, they have relatives, but I was the first person that Thomas told they had killed his dad. And I was on the phone with him till everything that happened. I may not have come here, Monsignor, but believe you me, my heart is here in southern Kaduna and every part of Nigeria where this nonsense is going on. You may not have seen me. If you know my relationship with the emirates, with the chief judge, Monsignor, we're different. In 2019, first of before I get there, why are we so different? Where in Nigeria, in our 62-year history, have you heard a governor who did not borrow a penny and left 75 billion naira? Why are we not telling ourselves the truth? Monsignor, keep two people here in front of you. One is a liar, and one is saying the truth, and they both can conceive. I promise you, sir, before they leave, you know who the liar is. And everybody is equipped with that gift. And if you are not using your gift, come and speak to them. We're different. And Nigeria is going to change because we're different. Listen, who does not respect you will never give you justice. Look at what happened in 2019. There are Peter Obi, a few others like him, who had the resources and the experience and the means to contest presidency. And they said it is not their turn. I was not ready in 2019. But because I knew 2023 is not ours, and because of the thirst to prevent the kind of Yatai being killed peacefully in his house, I aspired in 2019. This is 2023. The history of Nigeria, we do, you do. That is the history of Nigeria. That's why I said this is not the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. All countries in this world cannot be the same. Almighty God, who makes no mistake, did this arrangement. And by the way, whoever tells you that God needs a certain kind of person and a certain kind of person to promote his religion is a liar. Religions, faiths, belong to our Creator. He owns the heavens and the earth and what is beyond and what is tucked beneath. These religions are his business. He makes you what you are, he makes me what I am. Whoever tells you you need democracy to promote Christianity or Islam is a madman. Whoever is telling you you need A plus A, M plus M C plus C to secure Nigeria is a liar. That is why we're different, Peter Obi and me. I must ignore. Because we're different, people are not used to this. People are used to those who are the experts in deception. I feel ashamed to lie or to deceive anybody. So we face you and tell you what is in our heart. If you like it, take it. If you don't like it, leave it. Our records speak for us. Excellency Peter Obi's records are there for everybody to verify. There has never been a governor like Peter Obi in Nigeria. And let me give everybody the assurance. I am not an ambitious person.
Thank you.
And we have worked closely together for at least 6 months with His Excellency Peter Obi. If anything were to go wrong, it would have gone wrong. The more they tried to set us up, the closer we became. It was safer for them to become. Entertain no fears. I know any second I can leave this world. Therefore, what is there if any second I can leave an office? I'm not an ambitious person. I was in the Senate. By force, they took it away. Left it. I won election like never won in my constituency in broad daylight. They took it. I left them. What happened to me? Almighty God used those as stepping stones to make me what I am today. Entertain no fears. Entertain no fears as far as Peter Obi and myself are concerned. You want hospitals? That's our work. You want roads? That's our work. As far as I'm concerned, these are all rituals. Let us get to the office and you see it. You want skills, you want education. Doing all my life. I've been promoting education all my life and skills. If, as a private individual, to date, I have been instrumental, one way or another, in the education of at least 19,000 people as of today, in that exalted office, and with the support of my boss, as I aspire to educate 119 million Nigerians with his help and with the help of you will see the results from the day you hear President Peter Obi of Nigeria. From that day, we will stop the killings and start the healing. We will stop the stealing and start the keeping. We will stop the slide of our communities and start the climb of the Nigerian society. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Hello, everyone. Now time to wrap up. Thank you very much for listening to all the speeches. It carries weight. Words of wisdom that heals, our hearts. About time now we're listening to one man who is anointed to take the lead like the Joshuas and the Calebs in the Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome our president to be His Excellency Dr. Peter Gregory Obi of Nigeria. Your Excellency, sir.
Please, what we are doing here is a very serious matter. And all I want is to plead for people to listen and take what we are saying. It is important that you listen and take what we are saying, so that tomorrow you can say, these people came to a church before God and told you a lie or tell you the truth. Let me start by recognizing various religious leaders, our fathers in faith. With all due respect, my dear brother, that, like I always call him, and all the other leaders that came here with us, there's quite a number of them, leaders that came here with us, are standing on all existing protocols. For me, I believe that the only thing I can do is to answer questions from the two leaders of the church, because they all posed the question. What they said they require and what they mentioned are all questions. Well, the comment of two of you is actually the problem of Nigeria. I was asking somebody just 2 days ago, and I said Nigeria as a country has failed. And he said, well, some people did this, some people did that. I said, no. There's a measure of development. There's a globally accepted measure of development. While both of you talk now, you mentioned all of them. And what is global measure of development? The most important measure of development is Human Development Index. These three things these have three things you can use to measure it. HDI is measured by health, dancing, education, and pulling people out of poverty. So that's all you. Nigeria has said in three of them. Number one, a life expectancy which is health. While the global average is about 73 years, Nigerian life expectancy is about 55. So we're almost 20 years below the average. So we failed. Number two is education. We are 168 over 173 human capital development. So we have failed. And number three is per capita, which is pulling people out of poverty. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Nigeria has 133 million people living in multi-dimensional poverty. But to tell you why and how it is, we have more people living in poverty than India. India is 1.4 billion people, and we are 200 million. They even tell you how much it is. We have more people living in poverty than India and China combined. These two countries combined is 2.8 billion people, and we are 200. Or are more people living in poverty in both of them. Even the anarchy and the problems we have the highest. And when we talk about this poverty, it's more in the north. Youth, and it's more in the north. In health, which you're talking, we've just surpassed India in infant mortality, and it's worse in the north. I can go on and on. We have global average 5.8%. We are 13.8%. We have a crisis. And that's what we need to deal with. And that crisis is not a crisis where anybody will say people in Southern Kaduna are worse off. Everywhere is a crisis. No place is safe in Nigeria. Nobody is safe anywhere in Nigeria. Not the bishop, not the pastor, not imam, no longer not the traditional rulers. Everybody's unsafe. Because anarchy consumes everybody. And that's what we're trying to solve. So for me, when you talked about people, the election should not be about tribe. No tribe buys bread cheaper in Nigeria. Everybody is hungry. No religion buys bread cheaper. If the chief imam opens his mosque today and starts selling food cheaper, I assure you, people will go from your church and buy the bread and the food and come back to their church. So, if there's a road anybody stand and say, if we pass by only Christians, Muslims will pass there. If there's a job there where you're giving people a job, only for Muslims, Christians will come and take it and go back and start their worship. So we have a crisis. Why is this crisis? There's nothing wrong in Nigeria. It is cumulative effect on leadership failure over the years. You have leaders who have refused. I'm not saying some of them have not done well, but our leaders have refused to rise above expectation. They have refused to do the right thing. They have refused to invest in the right direction. So I listened to what you said. When you talk about security, which the Imam said, without security, you cannot do any other thing. It's number one. That is why we said we will secure and unite Nigeria. The enemy and those who are making us insecure are not more formidable than the government. They're not. However, they know that there's no leadership. And they took advantage of it. We need leadership to deal with the issue of security. And I've said that Daddy and I will not shy away to lead from the front. We'll be commander-in-chief. We cannot share the state with non-state actors. We said we're going to unite Nigeria. When I met Daddy, I'm happy that he told you here. He didn't come looking for this job. I went looking for him. And I told him, and I said, that you have an ambition. And that ambition is that 10 years from the day we start, we know that people will come after us. Nobody, no Nigerian will ever say again, I'm from the east, west, or south, but I'm a Nigerian. Today, people are talking about where they come from. The insecurity in the north, is it because someone from south is president? We didn't cause it. You can't travel today from Abuja to Kaduna by road, by rail, or by air. Is it because an Igbo man is president? So why are we talking about where the president is going to come from? The killing in southern Kaduna, is it by Igbo man? The killing in the southeast, is it by northerners?
No.
The killing in the southwest, is it by northerners?
No.
So what are we talking? We have a problem, and we need to deal with our problem. Our problem is not tribal. It is people that are using it against us. And I've said it is because we have a fund that we're going to restructure the entire security governance structure to make it work. I have governed the state for 8 years. for me, as governor of that state, all the police commissioners I work with, about 6 of them are all from the north. My IDC is from Kano. Everybody knows my situation. We cannot share this state with anybody. It's either we're in charge or the criminals are in charge. One person has to be in charge. And I told the traditional rulers and everything. And that's what we want to do. We will secure it. We have come and said we will do it. And that we have nothing to quarrel with. The reason why people quarrel in office is transaction. Your Grace, I have no need to make money again. God has given me enough. I was chairman of a bank in Nigeria, Fidelity Bank of Nigeria. The day I became chairman, I was on the N39 and they asked me a question. You are entitled to a Mercedes 500 and a Range Rover. I told them I have no entitlement. Everything I have, I need everything in my house. Greed must have a limit or you're sick. Most people consume what you don't need. I'm not the richest person, but I have enough of what I need. What most people need, I don't need it. Just want to live a simple life. Lord, I was chairman of Security and Exchange Commission in Nigeria. And I was asked whether the day I went to sit in, they told me what my entitlements are. And I told them, I'm not entitled to anything. I don't want anything from you. The present governor of Bauchi State, gave me a land in Abuja. He said you can ask him. He asked me 3 months ago that I'm the only person allocated land who haven't built it. I said, I told you, I do not need a land in Abuja. I don't want house all over the place. I'm not against those who do it though. As long as it doesn't conflict my interest, they can do it. But I want to reduce my headache. I'm 60 like you. Something. I've never been to hospital. I'm not sick. I want to reduce my what I have is enough. I'm governor of Anambra State. I've been served Anambra State for 8 years. I did not borrow money for 1 day. I did not go to anywhere to borrow money. The day I left office, it is on record, and I say it in the church. If anybody counters it, I stop running. I did not owe salary to any civil servant. I did not owe pension. I did not owe gratuity. The ones that didn't owe before I came, 35 billion naira paid it off. I did not owe any contractor or supplier the day I left office. And I left in 3 banks in Nigeria, which my brother has mentioned. I left in Access Bank of Nigeria for Anambra State, $50 million over 10 billion. Fidelity Bank of Nigeria, $50 million over 10 billion. And Diamond Bank of Nigeria, $50 million over 10 billion. My speaker came to me with a law, which he passed, and said I'm entitled to a house in Oka, a house in Abuja, and other salaries and pension which is being paid to all my colleagues, various cards and everything. And I said to him, Madam Speaker, I came here to serve by God's grace. I cannot abuse that God's grace. Those who steal public money are abusing God's grace. Because it is His grace that they came. To steal it, to take public money, is abuse of God's grace. And it shouldn't be. Since I left Anambra State have not bought me a bottle of water. You can go and check. Because I said to them, all the things I need in my house, I have. I'm not looking for it. And when I called Nancy, the reason why I said this long story, when I invited Nancy, I said, you don't need anything in your life. God has blessed you. Come, let two of us save Nigeria. And that's what we want to do. We want to work for this country. There's nothing again we need. He's educated. He has a strong background for his parents. I've studied everything about him. I didn't just look for him. I went to study his background. I believe his name is correct, his school is correct, everywhere is correct. Because this new face will be based on character. Character is very important. We want to stop trusting those who are my leaders. So if he says he has a PhD from the University of Westminster, I want to verify that. As you know today, I am the most Googled African. And I've said anybody, go. If I say I'm an alumnus of Oxford University, you come and give me my number. If I say I'm an alumnus of Cambridge, you come and give me my number. If I say I'm an alumnus of Kellogg or Kellogg's, I'll give you my number. And I cannot be an alumnus of those institutions and be found stealing public money. It will hurt me internationally, globally, everywhere. Some people don't have background. They can afford to throw away whatever in stealing. I can't afford to do it. It will affect me for the rest of my life. I have no reason to do it. The problem of Nigeria is very simple. We do not have committed leaders who are competent. People who are committed, people who have compassion. Your country is not doing anything. That's why we emphasize that we must. You're talking about creating jobs. You can't create jobs. It's breeding poverty because you're not doing anything. To create a job, you need to move this country from consumption to production. You're not producing anything. You're not producing anything. Your country is zero in production. All we do here is sharing. That is what we're sharing is actually being stolen. So we're only sharing and stealing. No country survives like that. Not one country. The 10th poorest state in Nigeria is in the north. Actually, 9 is in the north. 1 is in the south. And among them are where Imam said the biggest assets of Nigeria today, physical assets, is not oil. Oil is the least. The biggest assets of Nigeria is in the north. And the north is the poorest, which is the land. It is the land that is the biggest asset. We can make more money from land that is in the north, 5 times that we make in oil. And we abandoned it. And we're talking about fertilizer. I will not give you fertilizer. I will cultivate the land in the north. No, I don't want to give enough fertilizer. I want to put the children of the north out of poverty. Because what I want to do is about that are finished, the North will actually say they had actually missed the president that been waiting since. Why didn't they look for this thing? We will change it. I went to Niger State. Niger State is a poor state. It's our biggest state, followed by Borno and Taraba. Niger State is 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. Niger State is the most fertile land, one of the most fertile land in Africa, even in the world. They have everything, including mineral resources. Niger State Council itself. Over 7 local governments in Niger State are under control of bandits. No school, nothing. And they're there. And you go to the bandits, they tell you they are doing what they are doing because they have no job. I use it every day. Netherlands in Europe. Without water, it's at 3,000 square kilometers. So Niger State is 2.5 times Netherlands. And all Niger State gets for the 3 allocation is about 50 billion naira a year after deduction of their debts. Netherlands did export in 2021 agricultural export was 103 billion euros, $120 billion. A state with 2.5 times their size did not feed itself, talk less of export. So if Niger State was able to feed itself and do only 5% of what Netherlands did, they will have $6 billion. At 650 naira per dollar is 3.9 trillion, which is 80 times what they will get from sharing. But they are waiting to share. Borno State is not a gold mine. Borno State is 70.9 thousand square kilometers of land. In fact, what we are giving us Borno State, the territory where we are having problem in Borno State, Sambisa area is 60,000 square kilometers, which is 3 times the size of Israel. Israel is 22,000, 22.1. If you multiply by 366, they are 60. It's just 10% plus or minus. Look at what Israel is doing. That is what we want to dismantle and make it work. Number 3 states, which are where we end, is Taraba. Taraba is 54.4 thousand square kilometers of land. With Mambila Falls, but they're hungry. Taraba is bigger than Belgium and Israel combined. Belgium is 30.9 thousand square kilometers, Israel 22.1. 2 of them are 53. Taraba is 54.4. And we cannot. They can't feed themselves. We can cultivate flour in Taraba. Kenya did export of flour of over $500 million last in 2021. We can cultivate coffee in Taraba. Ethiopia did $1.1 billion in coffee export. So what is happening here? That's what we want to change. We want to start producing. We want our country to start working. And you can help. I know people who come here to tell you story. Yes, you've said every presidential candidate should come here. You don't come here, you don't vote for them. What will they come here to do? They come to influence you, to do this, to do that. Ask them where they're coming from. What? We don't want leaders to come to Southern Kaduna. We want them to tell us where they're coming from. It is important. What we've done here, when I and Daddy have said we must fight corruption. This is the National Assembly member who refused to buy house when they sold houses to National Assembly members. He has no end of corruption. You have seen everybody campaign about me, and I challenge anybody. Go and show me where Anambra State money is missing. And I'll stop money. All they have said about me is that I'm stingy. The money they're sharing, their money they've stolen. It is not their money. Our children were in school. We are at home for 8 months. The politicians didn't care. We're talking about education. Nobody would have allowed their children in any part of the world to be out of school for 8 months. Because they said everything about Southern Kaduna is education. Nigerian tertiary school intake is 9%. The global average is 38%. And we allowed them to be at home for 8 months. And the reason why they are at home for 8 months is because federal government of Nigeria have refused to honor an agreement to give them 1.3 trillion, which President Jonathan graciously gave them 200 billion before leaving office. And in 6 years, Nigeria could not give them additional 1 naira. What a country is that? That country is a country where people steal or waste in a month enough money to pay that. My leaders in faith, we're the only country in the world, OPEC, oil producing country, that's not producing our quota. Our quota is stolen. Only people in government still oil. No other person. Nobody that can steal oil. For you to steal oil, when I started saying it, people said, we have oil university, 1.1 trillion. We are not producing our quota when we need every money. In July 2022, Nigerian OPEC quota is 1.8 million barrels a day. Throughout the month of July, our production was 1,083,000. So every single day, we lost 717,000. Multiplied by 31 days, it will give you 22,227,000. That's what you get in 1 month. That's what you get in 1 month. The average price of oil, throughout the month of July was $110. If you multiply it by 22,227,000, it will give you $2,445 billion. Which if you multiply by 650 to the dollar, you have 1.4 trillion naira. And you give it to them 1.1, I have 300 billion, which will complete Abuja to Kano. That is 1 month stealing. 1 month. And you say we have a country. We don't have a country. That's why they're telling you that we don't have structure. It is structural criminality. We want to dismantle it. We want to destroy it. That's why we want to help us. We want these structures to go home. and rest, so we can have a country. My leaders in faith, Nigeria in 6 years, education, because we talked about education. Education is about health, it's about 2.4 billion. 2 of them come just about 6 years, and 1 year subsidy is 6.7 trillion. Subsidy is organized crime. Every day, India is a country of about between 200 and 215 million. We are the same population as Pakistan is 215 million. Pakistan have more roads than Nigeria, but their daily oil consumption is below 50% of Nigeria. So we want to stop those who are drinking the oil. We have no money. But I tell you, everybody want to change the state, and everybody know that we move the education from 26 to number 1. We were able to do the right things. Can you imagine how I felt coming to Kafachan today? Hey, ask the chairman, how do we have a country where in 1960s there was a rail in Kafachan? And in the year 2000 something, there's no road. How do you describe that? When we're supposed to have 5-speed rail? That shows a country that is completely collapsed. Very unfortunate. That is why we want to start a reversal. We don't have time. Time is against us. Look at our youth. Very talented, very energetic, but have nowhere to go. So they've turned it into criminality. It is the youth who refuse to invest in that has turned to be a problem to us. So the earlier we start pulling them out of poverty, the earlier they don't know where the next meal will come from. So they're taking us at their need. We need to start fixing it. I assure you of our commitment. This job requires physical and mental energy. It is not retirement home business. That was 2,550. When your daughter was, when they were there, 550, 15 trillion, 20%. What we are, then I will 400 times. People said to me, how are you going to manage it? I said, well, when you have an accident, all the doctors that can stop bleeding. Our countries are done. Goodness, hope to make people happy in their country. That's what I want to provide. We want to stop this destruction of Nigeria. We want to stop the abuse of Nigeria because it's going to continue to take its revenge on us, and will take a worse revenge on our children. On us, and will take a worse revenge on our children. Hold those responsible. Hold those responsible. A new Nigeria is possible. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And this marks the concluding part. Let's all be seated, please, of this spatial outing. And to add, His Excellency specifically had to, accord Southern Kaduna people that respect by coming down to commiserate with most communities that were recently attacked and in connection with the incessant killings. All right, just two questions from this side, two questions. Just go straight forward, please, and you have 60 seconds. 60 seconds. So randomly, I'm going to pick two questions. Come forward, please, quickly. Are the women not represented? Where are the women? Anybody?
Am I allowed to ask from in-house?
Yeah.
I have two questions, sir. The first one is, okay, I am Joel Adibuyega. The first question is, what are you going to do in making Nigeria a better place for business, ease of doing business? Because it seems only the rich are getting richer, the poor cannot climb the ladder. So what are you going to do differently? Secondly, what are you going to do to also ensure that the youth get into power? All we've been seeing right now is that the youth supporting the old, because the cost of campaign, the cost of running the government is high. So what are you going to do differently so that probably after you, the youth of our category, 2031, want to take over?
Good evening, sir. The question is coming from inside the house this time. I know I'm your spokesperson, but I'm also from Southern Kaduna, so it's important to speak for my people on issues as this. So, the issue of restructuring, Southern Kaduna people, I know I speak for everyone here when I say what we bring to the table that is Nigeria is a lot, but in return we are sidelined. And for many of us, the response to this is restructuring. And we have been pushing that. There are many elders here that we have had conversations about restructuring. And I want to know what your government is going to do about that. Specifically for Southern Kaduna, ginger is our own gold. There is land, but ginger is so great that we call ginger credit alerts here. People come and buy our ginger and go, but we are not feeling the wealth back home. What are we going to do? How are we going to ensure that what it is that we have, from start to finish, from the chain of production, farming, and in terms of the industry, to cultivate everything, what is going to happen? Are we just going to farm and continue to sell without us seeing anything in the chain of sales all the way to exporting that matters?
Since I've heard about you, I wanted to speak to you, even though it's to shake a hand with you, so that we can. Even though children don't have voters card, we can still vote for them with our hands, and we can still pray for them so that they can win the election. Wow. Thank you, sir.
But let me start by answering from my dear young sister today. Please, you will agree with me. I never met this woman, and she became my spokesperson. I never met her before. I actually watched her in TV talking about me. And I never met her. That's why I said in address. I never met her. And she became my spokesperson. And my wife and I, she said, so where are we going to go Ndekati. And she said, do you know her? I said, I don't have to know her. She speaks very well with you. She's a Nigerian. She believes in Nigeria. Wow. And I traveled with her. And she's not close to my wife. My wife wants to call her a daughter. But that is Nigeria I want to build. I don't want the Nigeria where, like I said, I want people to say they are Nigerians. I believe we will restructure, but that is a constitutional matter. Before the restructure, there are things that are doing wrongly. If Southern Canada people are competent people, I and that have sat with even my chairman, and I've said it several times, we are not going to form a government based on Labour Party. We're going to form a government of the brightest minds, Nigerians, from wherever they are. I did it as a governor. I brought the principle, the 70% of those who were my commissioners as governor, I made them on the day of swearing in, including my chief of staff. And I tell them what I'll tell my ministers. If you agree with me in 3 meetings, you go. We're all here for you to help. I don't know everything. Anybody who knows everything is an idiot. I want to learn. And I like learning. Listening and learning is number one ingredient of a leader. You must listen to people because you know everything. People learn. And young people will tell you, I always learn. I share all of them. I always tell that this is I said here, you are a professor teaching university, I'm a trader. Am I correct? So I'm always learning. So the rest assured, when we talked in our agricultural revolution, we said it will be a foundation for our industrial revolution. So that ginger will not only be cultivated, we have a processing center. That's what Kaduna used to be. And we are going to do that. And we are not doing it because of anything. We want to pull our young ones out of poverty. The first question talked about ease of. Ease of doing business is what we are trying to do. We will make, if you go to our manifesto, said we have a government of law and order. No one Nigerian will be persecuted or made, punished or do anything. We will govern by rule of law. We will respect agreements. We will make sure that this country is critical for us to have law and order. We will produce an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. And remember that my goal is to motivate and support micro, small businesses, which is the engine of youth. In terms of leadership, I've said that this government will be driven by youth and women. Anywhere we've been, we've always tried to accommodate the youth and accommodate women. But women is very critical for development. Very hard, very productive. We must bring them into the productive space in order to change the place. So the rest assured, like I told you, this is the new Nigeria and we're trying to create. A Nigeria where President and since they have opportunity, please, church leaders, your job begins after the election. Business after the election, we're not going to celebrate anybody who we know have no house, have no vehicle, 6 months after, and he comes to church and says he wants to do Thanksgiving. He's built a house or what they can. You must say no, call police. Because we are all guilty of this mess. We are all guilty of this mess. This time around, it will not happen. God bless you.
Your Excellency, you can take your seat, please. You will agree with me that this before. Both in terms of intellectual depth, daring promises. I mean, the promises are suicidal. The solutions, until we see them, until we see the practical coming up, we can't talk about solutions. We know the solutions is bringing, but the daring departing or departure from the normal into starting a revolution. Shall a nation be born in one day? That is what the Bible says. And the Bible says, yes. That after Israel, having made that comment, we will want to invite our elder representing another generation who have served in Southern Kaduna to present to His Excellency the Southern Kaduna Charter. Remind him of when he gets to power so that he doesn't forget this visit. Yep. He will know we left him with the Southern Kaduna Charter. Dari Ishaya Kawu. And with this, we begin to round up. And please, those of you at the door here, once we, Your Excellencies, what my spiritual what is there I come for. But today happened that for once, Southern Kaduna is speaking with one voice. Yes. But I saw my younger brother, the chief imam, and I'm riding on the wings of this successful convergence here. We say to you, sir, pandering to the interests of other people, we are up to defend our own interests and to make available for whoever wants to work with us is justice. What we are asking for is inclusiveness. And I am very happy to be here today. The Nigerian People's Party, Nnamdi Azikiwe, was my leader. And I am struck because all of you are Onitsha people. The erudition that interview Nnamdi Azikiwe granted ATA Kano early 1978. It was wonderful. I will never forget it. Because it reminded me about that. And I hope you leave a greater name and a greater legacy than Nnamdi Azikiwe. I wish you well. I, on here, we have come together to put on paper of these documents and to be a tool for assessing how well they have done. Without much ado, and I'm glad to say this document. I don't think I'll have a problem. I wish you luck. Best wishes from us. Thank you, sir. Yes, and I will go ahead. I will go ahead on behalf of the Throne Room Trust Ministries that hosted this meeting. I want to say thank you for the privilege. I want to say thank you to the LP any day and be part of the flagging of the new Nigeria. We believe that your presence marks that new Nigeria. And we want to say to you, thank you for coming, and want to say thank you to all the leadership at the national level, the national chairman, the secretary, and all the others that are here today, your board of trustees, flag flying, on behalf of the bishop,
and you know there's any other,
and commit them to the Lord.
I'll bring it
and the